Hey everyone, hi, good evening, and welcome to the session. It's Thursday again, and here we are for the resume preparation session. So, every Thursday at 7 p.m., we have a resume preparation session. It's again a session by 360DigiTMG. And if you remember, during your demo, we said that we'll be having exclusive resume preparation session. Well, this session is just a part of it. Now, today's topic is resume renovation, transforming mistakes into opportunities. Now, while you're watching this video on YouTube, I request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not subscribed to it. And yes, share with your friends so that they get information about the same. So let's talk about agenda for today. Agenda for today, we'll be talking about common resume mistakes to avoid, customizing your resume for the job, crafting a professional look, showcasing your achievement, leveraging keywords effectively, overcoming resume gaps and shortcomings, and advanced resume tips and techniques. Now, common mistakes that we should definitely avoid when we are making a resume. It shouldn't be overly detailed. You don't have to go for 5, 6, 7 page of resume, right? You need to focus on relevant experience. You need to make sure that your resume is customized, properly customized as per job description. Yes, but at the very same time, make sure that for every job description you have a different resume. This is generally what we prefer, right? So tailor each resume to the job. And professional elements, use professional email address and fonts. For example, make sure your email address is not very unprofessional, not unprofessional itself, I should say. It should be very professional. And yes, even fonts, don't go for some funky fonts. It's a professional setup, so please go for professional fonts. And talking about error and inconsistencies, avoid typos and maintain consistent formatting. Talking about customizing your resume for the job, well, job description analysis is very important. When I talk about job description, there are some keywords, right? Keywords, skills, experiences, all those things are mentioned in the job itself, in the job description itself. When we are talking about the same, you need to make sure that you emphasize on those skills. Those skills make your resume ATS friendly. Now, talking about relevance, make sure that you highlight relevant past experiences and skills. Matching keywords, use languages from the job posting and better fit. Right? We talked about it already. Talking about crafting a professional look, your font and sizes should be proper. You should use professional fonts, Arial, Calibri, at size 10 to 12. Bullet points, you need to make sure that you mention it in bullet points to improve clarity and prevent text blocks. Rather than giving a complete text block, why don't you write it in points? That will be really good, right? That will be really useful. Talking about layout, it should be consistent. You need to make sure that you are using bold headings and spacing that you have kept is consistent. Talking about showcasing your achievements. When you are showcasing your achievement, make sure that you focus on impact, right? Make sure you're just not mentioning duties that you did this, you did that. Mention accomplishments. That matters a lot. Use action verbs. Make sure that you are starting with verbs like achieved, develop. Make sure you quantify success. For example, quantify means what? Quantify means just give a number to it, right? Add numbers to highlight the impact. Talking about leveraging keywords effectively, keywords matter a lot. And why they matter? Well, you need to make sure that your resume passes the ATS, applicant tracking system. For the same, we need to make sure that keywords actually are included in the complete resume. Finding keywords, extract these keywords from the job description. It's already present in the job description, right? You need to make sure that you mention all these things in your resume. Make sure when you're talking about placing your keywords, you're not placing it here and there. Strategically, you need to put those keywords. You just don't make a block and put it everywhere, put it at once. Some keywords you can just put it in professional summary, probably some keywords in job experience, some keywords in skill section, some keywords in your uh, projects and all, whatever you have, in that you can mention. Right now, talking about overcoming resume gaps and shortcomings. If you have gaps in your resume, make sure that you are honest. When you're transparent, it really matters a lot. And when you're transparent about gaps, you need to provide brief description. What you're doing. For example, you're preparing for civil services. Mention that. Well, it's a really big one. It's an add-on, right? Make sure you mention that. Now, focus on learning and growth. You need to make sure that during that period too, when you have a gap, you are actually focusing on highlighting skills or knowledge gained. You need to make sure that you use functional or combinational resume format. What is this format? This is, for example, chronological format, which we clearly mention all the chronology that we went through when we started everything. If you, for example, if you have gaps or shortcomings in your resume, don't use chronological format. Use functional format. What did you do? What did you achieve? All those things. Talking about advanced resume tips and techniques, you need to make sure that you incorporate soft skills. Make sure that you include skills like communication and teamwork. Use a summary statement. Use a summary statement. Basically, begin your uh, complete resume with professional summary. Right. Again, professional summary needs to be made better. We have a playlist, and you can go through a playlist and you can see how to include professional summary or how to write professional summary actually. Right. And talking about portfolio, yes, make sure your portfolio is available online, and you have given links to those portfolios. When we are talking about resume, we need to make sure that we talk about a few famous job portals too. For example, there's Naukri, Shine, Quicker Jobs, and there are many such job portals, right? And talking about few Google search results, here are the few famous search results. When you go through it, just go to Google, type data scientist job or data scientist fresher jobs, and you'll get all such results. Talking about keywords for data scientist resume, you need to make sure that you have technical skills and tools. All these things, technical skills and tools, analytical skills, business understanding, data management, soft skills. You mention all these things in your resume. Not of course all these things. Make sure that you do cater it or make it as per the job description. That will be really, really good. And that will be really, really helpful. Now, talking about frequently asked questions. Now, what happens is every job, there are some rounds where they ask questions that are basically they want to test you. How are you as a person? What do you think as a person? What's your aptitude as a person? Now, here are some questions that we share every single time or every single session. How could you have improved your career progress? What do you worry about? Give me example of your creativity. How do you feel about working nights and weekends? Are you willing to relocate or travel? You need to make sure that you answer all these questions. If you're answering all these questions, yeah, you will be securing your place. Now, what happens is whenever you're preparing your resume or anything like that, we try to underestimate ourselves. We tend to underestimate ourselves. Make sure that you do not underestimate your abilities. We always say that's your boss job, right? That's Francis said. Do not underestimate your abilities. It's your boss job. It's not yours, right? Exactly. Now, talking about contacting us, please contact us on 1-800-212-654-321. You can mail us at inquiry at 360DigiTMG.com. You can just visit our website, 360DigiTMG.com. And yes, we have offline centers at Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai. We have offline centers at Pune, Bhilai, Orissa, West Bengal, Thane, all those locations. While you're watching this video, you can follow us on our social media handles. You can scan this QR codes to follow us on Instagram. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You follow us on LinkedIn. And accreditation to center, talking about accreditation to international certification bodies. We have accreditation to Microsoft, State University of New York, Visual Skills Prime, Panasonic, and TCS. Now, when you talk about that, let me take you to one thing that will be really, really useful, something that will be really useful for you. Let me take you to our website. This is a beautiful website. Now, 360DTMG it's our beautiful website here. .com, of course. You can see our alumni network. You can read about our alumni. You can follow us on LinkedIn, follow them on LinkedIn. You can talk to them on LinkedIn. Talk about corporate connections. We have different corporate connections, award and accolades. Talking about industry consulting vertical. We have AS Prime. We have different projects we have done. For example, we've done projects for Bella, Volvo, Yatra, Tata, and there are many. Yes. So let me just go back to learning resources page. This page will be really very useful for you. And once you go there, you can be part of micro learning loss. You can learn a lot from here. Talking about sessions, well, we have These are the upcoming sessions we have. And yes, talking about core learning resources, your digital learning library where you can go read this online books. That will be really useful for you as you go through each and every page. There will be content for you, a lot of content for you, in fact. You just come back here, read all these books, and revise it again and again. AI Design Studio for ML, basically for your uh, project architecture, completely from end to end. This is for beginner, this is for intermediate, and of course, we have someone for someone who's an advanced level. Right now, you have data skills assessment, you have career advancement and professional growth. You can go to resume optimization hub, you can go to talent connection portals. For example, you go to talent connection portal, they're talking about all those new vacancies that we have here that our industry connections have. You come here and apply here. And yes, get selected in those companies. There are many. You can please feel free to explore this website. Talking about resume optimization hub, how to make sure that your resume is ATS friendly. You can get started for free. For example, I'll give you a demo. You can upload your resume like this. Upload your resume. Just come here. Upload your resume like this. You have, for example, I have a test resume. I can choose file as a job description. I've made a file of it. You can paste job description directly too. That will be fine. And compare. You need to make sure that you compare now. When you compare, of course, we have done that before. You you compare it, you get keyword matching results like this. You have job skills required, skills, job required skills present in your resume, job required skills present in your resume. All these things. You can go for making generating a new resume, go for generating cover letter. You have interview questions. For example, let me just click here. For example, if I go for NLP, and I can say foundation questions and interview questions. Of course, it will take a time. It will take a while. Let me say it actually gives the interview questions. So yes, you don't need to go anywhere else. You have interview questions here. You can prepare it from here itself. Now there are different questions. Now take you to the third part. For example, conceptual understanding, insightful learning. You have strategic learning map. Then visualize learning path here. You can come here and just see this learn map or mind map we call it. We generally ask our students to go through the mind map 3 times per day, 3 times every single day, and just learn it. Right? You can go to innovative product showcase. You can actually showcase. You can actually see what do we have in uh, our AI spy projects. What do we do? Here we have mentioned some of the projects, not all, of course. You can read about business problem, objective, constraints, success criteria, due business success criteria, economic, business success criteria, business benefits, project architecture. All these things are mentioned here. Talking about animated insight series, you can come here, watch and learn. Animated insight series, like data types we have, for example. All these things you can see and learn. Come here and watch our videos. So this is for conceptual understanding. Talking about your YouTube channel, you can visit our YouTube channel. For example, if I go to our YouTube channel, you're watching this video on YouTube, right? So if you talk about playlists, we have different playlists. You can come here and be a part of it, and you can read a lot. You can learn a lot. For example, we have FDP session by our CEO, Mr. Barik Kumar, and you can actually come here, see those videos, and learn a lot. Right? We have complete project implementation and everything we have done there. Talking about home, you can come here and see the industry connect we have, upcoming placement success stories. We have a lot of placement success stories. You can come here and read all these things. And trust me, friends, these are from different backgrounds. Your background don't matter, right? Now, so talking about today's session, this is what we have for today, right? And we'll meet again next week with new topic, new content, and yes, and you will enjoy the session next session too, right? Till that time, enjoy, friends. Take care. Good evening and good night. Thank you. Please take care. Enjoy. Bye.